Hey there, Wondering Watchers. I'm Sony Golden for The Vibe is Golden. Welcome to this special titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot, which unveils celebrity secrets in love, dating, and supercoupling. In today's titillating tabloid tarot, I'm doing a viewer-requested update on a super couple whose second breakup has broken us as well. We are tossing Shawn Mendes and Camilla Cabello back into the spotlight to be tabloid tarot. So let's see what sensational headline we have for Shawn and Camilla in terms of what they are each seeking. So for Shawn, we have maturity. And for Camilla, we have serendipity. So it seems that Shawn is in a place where he is ready to embrace emotional maturity. He is looking to be well-rounded. He is ready to put his life in order in a way that he feels kind of elevates his vibration, puts him more in line with his higher self and his life purpose almost. With Camilla in this serendipity, it's almost as if she's still exploring and on an adventure to try to kind of have divine timing, like show her the direction or kind of bring amazing things into her life. It's not that Shawn doesn't want that as well, like that he's not open to it, but he's more kind of almost focused on like meeting his match or having someone on the same page, whereas Camilla kind of seems like, if the timing's right and it feels good, that's kind of amazing in itself. So let's kind of explore the titillating tidbits of this broken connection. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Shawn first, and then we will see what is going on with Camilla. So let's see how Shawn is moving towards Camilla here. So we have the 9 of Wands. So he's kind of frustrated, it seems. Kind of tired, worn down. Let's see how Shawn sees Camilla. We have the 2 of Wands. So it's as if there's a part of him that still wants to kind of be on that same page, wants to kind of see if there is that continued spark of connection, and maybe even hoping that she will reach that like emotional maturity that like he is seeking. So let's see how he feels about Camilla. We have here the Devil. It's something that it's like she's his drug. Kind of a sense of he's excited by her. It's like gratifying to be with her, but not necessarily if he's seeking something that is like long-term and fits his best and highest good. So let's see what Shawn's heart is telling him. 4 of Swords, it's kind of like, hey, you've gone through this before. Take some time for yourself, clear your head, get in a better space where you're not going to necessarily go back and repeat old patterns. So let's see what his mind is telling him. We have the Queen of Swords here. So his mind is like, hey, get real. Let's be reasonable about this. You need to cut those chains. You need to like cut those chains and, move on. So I'm going to take a look at the bottom of the deck for the influencing energy here. We have the 6 of Pentacles and like the King of Cups. So it's kind of like he's tried to work this out. He's tried to like do this concept of give and take with Camilla. So I'm going to see what's going on with Camilla. And I'm just gonna shuffle this up a little bit more and see her take of things. All right, so let's see how Camilla is moving towards SHAWN. We have Knight of Wands. So she's still like drawn to him, attracted to him, like really, I kind of just see it as like she just has the hots for him and really kind of would hook up with him in a heartbeat if, you know, he was like, if the timing was right, if everything was kind of laid out in front of her, she would totally want to mount that horse. So let's see how she kind of sees SHAWN. We have the 8 of Wands. So it's like she sees him as kind of like the path she's ultimately going to go down. So I think it's very interesting, like visually, how this person's kind of like in this boat, and you can see this person's like overlooking water, and there's these rocks, and so it's almost as if she's going on this journey, but ultimately she sees him as like the direction she's ultimately going in, like almost like they'll end up being together regardless. So let's see how she feels about SHAWN. We have here the 9 of Pentacles. So, you know, kind of I get that she sees him as someone who it's okay if she leaves him for some time. Like maybe he's enjoying his life. He's got, you know, friends. He's got money. He's got his own life to live. So almost like independent. It's almost like it's okay to kind of explore to see where my heart takes me, because ultimately SHAWN is where I'm going to end up, and like I feel like he's just doing fine. He's got his own life in the meantime. So let's see what her heart is telling her. We have here the Emperor. So I get that, you know, again, that concept of ultimately she sees SHAWN as that person in her life, like, you know, end goal, possibly like husband material, to some degree. It could be kind of like this devil, where like she sees that he's got, like, however she plays this game of life, she might as well play it well, because he's going to end up being the one that she ends up with in the end. So let's see what her mind is telling her. We have the 3 of Swords. So her mind is telling her, like, almost like there's no going back. So let's see what the influencing energy is. We have this Star here. So very like hopeful, like almost hopeful, like that, you know, how things end, like that they can just get back together. Like it's just fine, because like, you know, you've got this Moon and the Lovers. It's like they're meant to be together, and maybe it's like just her fears that she has to deal with. Just, you know, when people get scared and they're drawn together, they kind of like aren't really sure about each other or themselves, but ultimately she's like hopeful. So I'm gonna see here. I'm gonna do some clarification of these cards, actually. Why not? So I'm going to use this deck to clarify. So let's take a look at why SHAWN has this 9 of Wands here for how he's moving towards Camilla. We have here the Empress. It's almost like he feels like he's tried. He's like always been kind of feeling she is that like person in his life, or has kind of thought he might end up with her. So he's like really put in that effort. So let's see about how come we have this 2 of Wands for how SHAWN sees her. We have the 6 of Pentacles. It's like he still wants to invest in her. He still like sees her as that that potential again, or hopeful that like what he's invested is still like in the future going to be there. But let's take a look at this devil in terms of how he feels about her. We have here the Hermit. So I think he knows that's that card of like that emotional maturity. He feels like his higher self, his inner knowing is that he's addicted to her, and this is a pattern that he can't really get out of unless he wants to. So let's see about the Four of Swords being what his heart is telling him. We have here the King of Swords. So his heart is being the rational one here, but, well, no, his mind's the Queen of Swords, so also being rational. So let's see kind of why Sean's mind is telling him Queen of Swords about the relationship, because otherwise he'll just be stuck there unless he kind of actually actively like cuts the cord between them. So let's take a look at these cards here for Camilla. So let's take a look at why it is Camilla is moving towards Sean, the Knight of Wands, like adventure, excitement, exploration. We have here the Six of Cups. To some degree, it's a sense of a safe excitement. She is used to him. Like she knows kind of what her likes and dislikes, what turns her on about him. It's a sense of like it's something familiar, but almost like she knows that he's gonna want to be with her. It's like they've done this before with this Devil card, and she knows that he keeps like trying and investing in her, and so like to some degree that is why she kind of knows he'll still be around. So let's see about this Eight of Wands. Like, why does she see him as that like Eight of Wands? Like, we have here the Eight of Cups. I still think it's because he's allowed her to come back. It's like ultimately I feel like this is part of that this journey, maybe before or after she gets on this boat, but basically he's like letting her. It's almost like I wonder if they've had an agreement or had a discussion about her exploring and coming back one day. Like maybe that this is a discussion that they've had. Maybe that's why he's kind of like sees her as like they'll kind of reconnect. It's already something where they've agreed or at least discussed. So, and maybe that's why she thinks that her feelings are this Nine of Pentacles. He's like fine. He's fine with things. So let's take a look at why the Nine of Pentacles. We have here the Eight of Pentacles. So her feelings for Sean it's like they have worked on it. They've discussed it. Like they've kind of discussed how they are when they are apart or what their intentions are. And so she knows he's planning on like working on himself when they're not together actively. So let's see why Camilla's heart is telling her the Emperor about him. We have here the Knight of Swords. So to me, it's kind of like, that's what she wants. That's ultimately how she's kind of determined that things are going to go. So her heart is kind of telling her, similar to, I guess, Sean's heart telling him, kind of like logically what's going to happen. So for him, it's telling him to move on. For her, like her logic is saying, no, we're just going to end up together because like he's kind of come back, or we end up gravitating towards each other. We've declared you know, our intentions to be with each other. So let's see why the Three of Swords for Camilla's mind and what her head's telling her. We have here the King of Wands. So it's almost like she knows things are almost over, but like her head's also telling her like this is the person she wants to be with. I get a lot of like strong what is it, this Emperor here, Aries, fire energy. I'm not sure if either of them are like fire signs, but we got the Knight of Wands, King of Wands, the Emperor. So it seems like it's almost like in her mind she's kind of believes that no, this is kind of okay, we're gonna end up together, and it's just like the timing has to be right, or she has to kind of sow her wild oats perhaps. Let's take a look at what their breakup looked like, or what led to it, what it looked like, what came out of it. So we have, this isn't goodbye. I don't want to walk away, but it's what's best for me and us right now. This isn't goodbye. We'll be together again soon. So that kind of fits in with the like discussion of them having just, you know, like, no, this is not over. This is just a break for now. So let's see what else we have. You have, you are my soulmate. It must be written in the stars because you most definitely are my destiny. We belong together. Okay, so let's get one more. So, yeah, we have tears. When I think about you, I cry. So it's kind of like this, I get the feeling that's more Shawn than Camilla. I feel like there is some discussion they had. Maybe it wasn't something that Shawn is holding on to, or maybe that's this devil aspect. That's how he feels about Camilla. Maybe she got him to agree to something that he's not really wanting. But let's take a look at what the future holds for the relationship. We have intuition. The red flags are, wait, you ignore now will come back to bite later. Okay. Health issues could arise. So that could be mental health, emotional health, could be physical health, but let's take, or the health of their relationship. And we'll take one more. Yes, luck is on your side. So it seems like there are red flags. It might not be a great, healthy relationship, but there is some understanding that they will at least get together, and maybe they have a date set, or they're planning to have another meetup. But this is what I have for you. Thanks for watching this special titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot. We'll see you next time. Take care.